Hi everybody, I'm Athena. This is Aegeus Dolls. Welcome to my doll world. Come on in. And today we're talking about Barbie Silkstone Modern Art Doll 2025.
Yes!
So today we have this beautiful retro styled reproduction of a modern art doll. So Mattel is revisiting a classic from the 1960s and released as this Silkstone Barbie doll, modern art, green swing dress from the 60s. So the model number is JBJ49. This is coming to Mattel Creations on August 21st at 9 a.m. And this was designed by Bill Greening, who was a legend at Mattel. Super awesome, cool legend. So this is a very cute doll. She has the at the time, the 1959 is when Barbie started, and then the 60s all mainly had this face screening and mold. So there were a few different molds, but this was one of the main ones. And so this, she is not looking directly at you. She is looking away from you. She has blue, we'll look a little closer, but blue eyeliner, blue eyeshadow. This is a cute little accessory. She comes with a little picture with a frame, which is really cute, and a stand. Now, I love the dress. Beautiful. We'll talk about that a little bit more. But here on my channel at Aegeus Dolls, I really like to talk about the packaging as well. I'm in creative marketing, not in packaging, in a different industry, but it is something that interests me a lot. Now, I appreciate the simplicity of the pink. I think it's nice. It contrasts with the green really well, and it catches attention. However, it's a little too plain. It's a little too plain. And then we have the placement here. These things, it's just kind of like, it seems like it wasn't really thought out well. It was like oh yeah, we have to put that in there. I, and like this is where how they put in the bottom part of the stand, which is fine. But like here too, they didn't even try to hide it. Like, I don't know. It looks like a little, what's happening, Mattel? Like, did you put no thought into this? Like, it's kind of weird. I do like that however, I do like that the top of the box can, fit in around the bottom of the box. So if you want to store her in box, that makes it easy so you don't lose the top. I think this color goes well with the dress too. So if you want to pose that next to her, that's nice. And I also do appreciate, instead of like the plastic ties, they have ribbon. I think they should do that for all signature dolls, all collector dolls. I think that's nicer and they can afford it. And well, I know they're not going to do this for all dolls, but can you please? Thank you. That would be amazing. I also really like this picture. I also really like this picture, but I'm wondering about the screening quality, if it's actually good or not. So we'll have to look up when they have a close up. We'll have to see. But it does also look like they have the plastic ties, which is like, can we just have the ribbon? Thank you. Most of these are just being shipped. Most, if not all of these, are just being shipped. They're not going to be in store. So I don't think we need the plastic. The ribbon should be fine to keep them in place while shipping. So she is beautiful, like strawberry blonde, orangish, reddish hair. It's like a blondie reddish, which is gorgeous. And as you notice, the eyebrows are also different. They don't have the details hair in it like they usually do. And then we had the black eyeliner, but also we had the blue like outlining of the eye that pretty much matches her pupil or iris, her iris, which is great. And we had got the blue eyeshadow, and we got her pretty coral orangey red lipstick, which really helps the dress pop. So I think that looks really pretty. We could have done some different earrings, but I mean, this is classic for the time, so I'm not going to argue with that. Same with the haircut. For 1960s, this was a very fairly common haircut, and Barbie, reflected the times in most of their dolls of that time. So this is very pretty. I also like again, in most of the signature dolls, they have pretty good fabric choices. So this fabric choice looks very nice. It looks like it's high quality. As we can see here, it's their stitching, which we know in Playline Barbie we don't often get anymore. So again, that's adding for price point. I think That's really good. We don't have the pricing information yet, but I'm assuming it's going to be somewhere around $50 to $75. Usually that's the price point they have for dolls like these. And I think with the quality of the clothing, that would make sense. Um, and the fact that she comes with an accessory and she has this cute little tag makes me think she's probably around 60. So I'm going to assume that. I might update the description of this as I get the information. If not, just check mattelcreations.com and they'll have the information for you when it's close enough to the 21st, or if it's, by the time I post this, it might be already past then. So then you'll be able to know. So I like that they use this sheer material throughout the dress, and it ties in very well with the bow and the overlay of the patterned fabric. I think that's a nice touch, and you can see it's like doubles up here to make it look like thicker color and balancing out the top. I also like that it's off the shoulder. I think that's very nice. And this dress is very timely of the time period it's in. She is simple, clean, very easy to have. So I would say for Barbie signature doll, especially for these Silkstone. So Silkstone Barbies are silk. So if you don't know what Silkstone Barbies are a line of collector dolls known for their high quality construction and design, often resembling vintage style Barbies. They're made with special material called Silkstone, which gives them a porcelain-like appearance and weight, but is more durable than porcelain. The Barbie fashion model collection, introduced in 2000, is the most well-known series that uses Silkstone bodies. So the material is a type of plastic that Mattel designed to mimic the look and feel of porcelain. So it's weighted vinyl that gives the doll a more substantial feel and smooth and slightly translucent surface, reminiscent of the original Barbies that they are, styled after. Silkstone Barbies are popular among adult collectors due to their quality, design, and nostalgic appeal of the vintage aesthetic. Silkstones also have more articulated bodies, defined left and right feet, and unique facial sculpts and makeup compared to plainline Barbies. They also tend to have more elaborate and detailed fashion, which is pretty cool. So now that we know what Silkstone Barbies are, that is very helpful to me to know what that is. So I lost my train of thought. So I think for the price point of this, I think for instance, I have the new spring one that came out in 2005. That's a Silkstone. It looks vintage. It has the high quality clothing. It was like the 12 days of spring, I think, and it had like an advent calendar type box in the shape of an egg. It was very beautiful, but that was over $100. It was worth it. But a lot of the Silkstones can be higher priced. So I think if you want one just in your collection to represent that, I think this will probably be more affordable because it doesn't really come with much. And she's pretty big, like she doesn't have jewelry or anything like that. So I would say if you really want one, but you can't really afford a lot of collector ones, this would be a great one for you. However, if you are a hardcore collector, you might just want to go after the bigger, better holy grails with that, So that's kind of what I'm thinking with that. You can decide on whatever doll you want to put in your collection. Go for it, But I'm just thinking, how can I recommend to collectors? How can you think about this? Would it be worth it for your collection? And that's just kind of how I'm going with that. I like this. Is very cute. So this is from Barbie Club 59 as well, which is unfortunately a paywall membership. That's about $10 to access dolls behind that Club 59 paywall. I don't like that. I think dolls should just be accessible. They also have that for Monster High called the Fang Club, where you have to pay $10 a year annual membership to access dolls behind their paywall. So also take that into consideration as well. Personally, I think she's a really awesome doll. I think she would fit into, any Barbie collections or doll collections, or if you just want a variety, even if you don't care so much that it's Barbie, but if you want a variety of dolls that look like from different eras, this might be better for you. Also, if thrifting is difficult for you in your area or you're not really fond of it, getting reproductions like this can make your collection kind of feel like you have some vintage and it's reminiscent of those, but it's not necessarily the old ones, and they're probably going to be in better shape and withstand longer because, like, as we saw, Mattel created the Silkstone specifically for it's for certain qualities, and it's going to be more durable. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm Athena, this is Aegeus Dolls, and I hope you have a wonderful Silkstone day full of vintage Barbies. Bye!
Bye, Barbie. Bye, Barbie.